Hi, readers. Welcome back to Kate Dicamillo and the Puppets of Spelhorst. Our book is almost over. I'm going to be sad when it ends. We are on the almost last chapter of the book. So sit back, relax, and we are going to read. So we're in chapter 26. Sorry, there's a lot of excitement going on in the center room today. Act 3, said Emma. The boy ignored the wise counsel of the owl. He refused to believe in the curse of the wizard. He did not listen to the song of the one who loved him. The boy went to the sea. Emma raised up painted waves made of cardboard. Oh, she's holding up the props for everyone to see. She nodded at Martha, who raised the boy puppet above the waves. The boy set off in search of fame and fortune and glory. He set out off to do great things. Sometimes when he looked out to sea, the boy thought he saw the owl who had spoken to him of destiny and regret. Jane Twittem flew the owl along the stage. Leave, and you will only regret, said the owl. The owl disappeared. And sometimes, said Emma, the boy could hear his beloved singing to him. The girl puppet hovered in a corner of the stage and sang the last words of her song, You go, and I will stay. And then she disappeared. Emma slammed together lids that raised the wizard, who said, A curse, a curse, a curse upon your head. And she lowered them again. The boy stayed at sea, searching and searching. He became a man, and then somehow he became an old man. Oh, that means he was at sea for a very, very long time. Here, Emma gave Martha a nudge with her foot, and Martha lowered the boy puppet while Emma sprinkled talcum powder on his head. Talcum powder is kind of like baby powder. She nodded at Martha, who again raised the boy above the table and the painted waves. And so now the boy was an old man. He stood aboard his ship and looked out to sea and felt nothing but sorrow. And you know that sorrow means sadness. So he's looking out, just feeling sadness. For he had left a place where he was happy and he had gone in search of something that he never found. Oh, now why do you think he didn't find it? Did he not find it because of the curse or just because he was not lucky enough to find it? That's one of the questions for our puppets. Emma lowered the waves, and on stage there was nothing but the boy and the puppet covered in powder, looking like a ghost, staring out at the audience. The boy who had become an old man went home, intoned Emma, and the moment he set foot on dry land, he could feel the curse upon his head. It was as if he had followed everywhere by a dark, hungry shadow. Martha raised up the wolf puppet and held her and had her stay very close to the boy. It was quiet in the blue room. Emma whispered, Martha, you have a line. I don't want to say it, Martha whispered. Say it, hissed Emma. Martha rolled her eyes, but she read the words as Emma had written them. My love, where are you? I have come home. No one answered him, said Emma. No one could tell him where the love of his life had gone. The sun rose and also set too, and so did the moon. The stars shone. The old sea captain stood alone beneath the sun and the moon and the stars. Alone, of course, except for the hungry shadow which was ever close by and waiting. One night, the owl who had spoken to the boy in the woods long ago returned. Jane Twittem raised up the owl who sang, There could come a day when you search for me and find me gone, and then disappeared. It happened, said Emma, just as the wizard had promised. The dark thing that had been following the man attacked him at last, and the man died of a broken heart. Oh, that is such a sad part. So imagine the little boy growing up into the old, old man and dying of a broken heart. Martha had the wolf attack the boy. She snarled and she growled, and then both the puppets disappeared from the stage. Emma raised the wizard up high. She whispered to Jane Twittem and Martha, Get the sun and the moon and the stars. You must put them all up at once. Martha raised up the sun and the moon, and Jane Twittem raised the stars, because that is part of their props, part of the story. So they have to hold it up. Oh, there goes our bell for everyone to see. The wizard looked out at the people in the audience and said, I now place a blessing upon all of your heads, a blessing and not a curse. May you always look upon the moon and the stars and the sun with wonder. May your journey out into the great wide world, and wherever you go, may you love without regret, for this is the greatest glory there is. From somewhere in the audience, there came the strangled sound of weeping. When he read those words, someone in the audience actually started crying. It was such deep words when he said, May you journey out into the great wide world, and wherever you go, may you love without regret. Wow, that was the end of chapter 26. We still have chapter 27. And then there's a little section where it talks about just the characters and things going on. Very interesting. Thank you for joining us today. Give us a like. Take care.